This is TWiT.
Okay, so I've been working on the review of Android Auto, but I'm not I'm not actually doing it this week, and part of it is because I was gonna write it this week, but I decided it would be unfair for me to do a review without actually driving a car with it that comes off the lot. So I'm getting a visit from an unnamed car manufacturer this week to get to drive that around San Francisco for a little bit. But I am going to write my first impressions with Android Auto. Like the article's almost done. It was supposed to finish today, but...
And you wrote this, 11 Things You Need to Know About Android Auto. This was on April 30th, so... Yes,
and I wrote this after I got my Google with... my demo with Google, excuse me.
Gotcha.
I went to Mountain View, and they drove me around in a Hyundai Sonata around Mountain View, Google HQ. It was adorable and tree-lined, as you imagine it in your dreams. And then we also got a demo from Pioneer. They actually were kind enough to install the unit in my coworker's Mitsubishi Outlander. And so I was driving that for the last 5 days up and down the Bay Area because I live so far up in the North Bay. So I did plenty of driving with it.
So you have driven with Android Auto, but you're getting another...
She's getting one with where it's pre-installed in the car.
Yeah,
I see.
One where it's like off the lot with it.
Gotcha.
Because the thing is, I don't mean to interrupt you, sorry, but it's kind of buggy, and I really need to see what it's like in a car that comes off the lot.
Well, yeah, you want the experience of a customer who's buying a car with Android Auto implemented in the car. What is it like? That's fair.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are they going to be happy that they got that upgrade or got that feature in their car when they rolled it off the lot? And that's a very valid point.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just Android Auto has been very off and on for me the last week that I've been using it. It either works really damn well. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Damn's okay. It's all good.
Okay, yay. It either works really darn well or it just doesn't work at all. And there have been some instances where I've been kind of like distracted while driving because it's just like not.
Oh, yeah, that's a big no-no. So along those lines, when it's not working at all, as you say, like what is that scenario? What exactly is happening?
So actually, that's the video I filmed today. That's going to go up this week.
Okay.
So we don't want to steal their thunder.
Don't want to do that.
It's all about the bugs I've experienced with Android Auto. Just because I can't, get full.
There we go.
There we go.
Brian's off the mark today.
No, he was on earlier, but now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get there.
But I will say this: it's when you get a really low end phone and it's just super slow.
Yeah.
And the latency is ridiculous, and it's just like gonna throw this at the wall. This is really frustrating.
Okay.
Except you can't throw your car at the wall. So.
Except you're like, I'm going to pull over because I can't find a gas station and I really need gas. I'm in my coworker's car and I have no idea what the gas mileage is like on this thing. And that's...
Yeah, you see, and that's the dangerous thing with Android Auto is that it's got to work really well in order to not be so annoying that you never want to use it again. That's the problem. Yeah.
Oh, I heard an echo of myself. Sorry. But see, that's the thing why I also want to try it in a car where it comes installed, because Pioneer puts a little microphone. It's like an external microphone up above on the roof for you to speak into when you're shouting voice commands. And they said that they have software and everything that kind of like, takes out the sound of the road and everything, depending on whatever car you're in. But in a car like a Hyundai Sonata, I want to see like, how do they do it? Is their microphone better? Maybe it can hear me. I don't know what it's like to drive the car. Maybe the noise isn't as loud, so it can hear me better.
Right.
So I'm trying to test it in different variables before I write about it, essentially.
Wow. Yeah. So maybe related, maybe unrelated, but I'm wondering if you notice this at all. When I record B-roll for like Android App Arena, I'm taking out of my Nexus 5, which I wouldn't say is an underpowered device. It's a year old, so it's I suppose a little bit outdated, but still taking it out of the bottom through Slimport and feeding it into, you know, whatever our video system is. Just the act of doing that slows down the interface and kind of creates a little bit of extra lag and everything. Is that something that you experience in Android Auto? Because you're basically doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, with a Galaxy S6.
Right, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it the fact that this is a year-old phone, or is it just the fact that it's going to slow things down when it's channeling out that video like that?
I mean, it's hard to tell because I am doing it with TouchWiz, and we all have our little anecdotes about that. You know, but not to take credit away from Samsung. It's just there are some definite bugs that need to be worked out.
Right.
That
it's early.
Hopefully we'll get taken care of. And by the way, I'm not the only one who's been testing stuff. My coworkers have been driving the car too, just so we can get like different opinions about it. Yeah. They've been using different phones. I have one coworker with the HTC One M9. I have another coworker with just the regular GS6, and then I've been also using a Nexus 6 like interchangeably with it. So it's, by the way, the best experience is with the Nexus 6. So with the stock Nexus, you have, you know, a very fluid, like nice experience.
And that's not surprising, considering that's the phone that Google is probably testing with. And, you know.
But not everybody has that phone. Like, let's go back to my mom here. My mom bought a Samsung phone. If she got Android Auto, that's the phone she would use.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. That's my big worry, right? Is like the Nexus 5 is not underpowered, but it is a year old. If the S6 is encountering that kind of issue, then just think about the wide variety of Android devices that are going to be plugged into a system like that. Yeah. And that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, because the S6 goes into car mode and Android Auto mode. So it's like running
at the same time?
Yes, at the same time.
No way.
Because the Pioneer NEX receiver, it's it can be used interchangeably as auxiliary or Android Auto, right? So it's registering as both. So both of those apps are engaging. So it's just like, so many bugs. Oh my gosh. Like, this is not user-friendly.
See, that just makes me want to be able to run Android Auto on my device in standalone mode even more. Because, you know, I mean, continuing with this kind of example, I can play a game and feed it through here and it's going to get kind of slow and choppy. I can unplug that video feed and it plays smoothly and it's nice and enjoyable. I'm sure it would be the same with this. And that's one thing that I really hope for my O is some sort of way that you can operate that Android Auto experience in standalone mode just on your device.
They're working hard on this. Yeah, they're working hard, and they're going to put a lot of restrictions on what apps go into the Google Play Store, which I think is smart because I don't want people to put Tetris. I'm sorry. On their dashboards.
Tetris with voice commands. What could possibly go wrong?
Left, right, left.
Rotate, left, drop. Yay.
It's just thinking about like the people I see on their phones all the time when I'm driving. It's like, in the fast lane. At least do it in the slow lane.
No, at least just don't do it at all.
Or that.
Yeah. All right, interesting stuff. So, so when are you thinking your kind of review is going to post? Sometime in the next week or two?
Yeah. So this week I'm hoping to have the write-up on my first impressions, and then we're hoping to have the review the week of I/O.
Right on.
So for your first impressions article, did you interview the AAA guy, or how did he work into the interview? Into the review? No, not at all.
No, because I don't think it had anything to do. Our battery was just.
How many calls are you getting thanks to Android Auto, AAA guy?
Be honest. All right.
About half my calls come from.
He was kind of scary. He was backing up and almost ran me over. I'm like, dude, I'm walking here. Come on.
Nice.
That was not Ron, by the way.
That was not me. No, I was
AAA
off
Ron.
I was off duty then. So.
He did come within the 60-minute time frame, though. I will give him that.
Oh, good.
There you go.